We welcome you back to Phoenix, Arizona. A check of the starting lineups for the Los Angeles Lakers in the backcourt. The veteran Derek Harper playing well. Kobe Bryant, new acquisition. Glenn Rice up front with Shaquille O'Neal. Dennis Rodman making his fourth start of the season. A look at the Suns. The man who leads the NBA in assists, 11 a game. Jason Kidd, the rookie from UCLA. Toby Bailey with Tom Gugliotta, Luke Longley, the one-time Chicago Bull, and Clifford Robinson on the front line. There's head coach Danny Ainge, his second full year as the head man of the Suns, following a stint with Turner Sports. Always excellent preparation for the coaching ranks. And Kurt Rambis, who has taken over from Del Harris. His record as a head coach, 14-5. And we're joined on the sidelines by Cheryl Miller. Let's check in with Cheryl.
Hey, Marv, first of all, welcome aboard. It's going to be great working with you this season. Now to give you a quick update on the Lakers' injuries, Robert Horry missed practice on Wednesday due to a hip flexor, said he finally has his mobility back and is feeling better. You have also Glenn Rice, missed Wednesday's practice due to the flu. He is feeling much better. And then you have Shaquille O'Neal, who strained his abdominal muscle, said it wasn't really bothering him. He's been more concerned about heavy legs, so they're trying to limit the amount of running he does in practices. So it's been a rough week for the Lakers, Marv.
All right, thanks, Cheryl. The officials, Ted Bernhardt, Joe Crawford, Tommy Wood, Toby Bailey with the save, and Harper able to pick it up. So the Lakers to the offense for the first time. O'Neal working against Longley.
The Suns want to play Shaquille one-on-one the early part of this game and then obviously make their transitions when they have to. If that happens, Marv, they're going to be in trouble all night.
And Shaquille coming off that unusual game the other day against Vancouver. Just one rebound, as someone in Los Angeles wrote, there was one more than Jack Nicholson. Luke Longley usually gets off to the good start. Goes back door for Clifford Robinson, and here is Tom Gugliotta. Dennis Rodman with rebound number 1. 37-year-old Derek Harper, who hurt the Knicks down the stretch Sunday in Los Angeles with a couple of key jump shots. And here's Kobe Bryant challenging.
That's one of the ways that he's been more improved this year, taking it to the hole, and really a little bit better in shot selection. Of course, he still has those moments when he goes off.
So the Lakers with a 4-0 lead. The matchup is Rodman against Gugliotta. Now Kidd facing Harper, got picked off momentarily. Shot clock is at 3. Gugliotta to the fadeaway. And punched out of bounds, last touched by the Suns.
Kobe Bryant, one of the best at going to the hole and making it happen. Look at the nice little curl. And I like the fact that he didn't stop and wait for the jumper. He took it in, a la Reggie Miller, over the big fella.
LA Lakers 9-7 on the road. They're 12-4 at home. They did have the opportunity, as we were discussing earlier, Rich, to actually get a couple of practice sessions in because they have not played since Monday. Here's Bryant. That would have been a two-pointer, foot on the line, and back comes Jason Kidd. Are you surprised that the Suns do not run more, or are they not capable of running more? It counts, and the foul. Clifford Robinson heads to the line.
Well, he has been very consistent this year. Clifford Robinson making a nice little move, taking the bump across the middle. Watch it as he goes across. There's the bump, keeps his concentration on the rim, and lets it happen for him. But the fact is, this team does not have an abundance of athletes. They don't have Cedric Sabalas anymore. Obviously, McDyess is not here. And then, of course, the 4 on the floor. Remember when they used to do that with Rex Chapman and KJ. None of these guys on the floor tonight for the Phoenix Suns.
And Rex Chapman sidelined by turf toe. He's on the injured list, will not be eligible to return to the active roster until April 7th against Minnesota. Here's Bryant. Tip missed by Rodman. Rebounded by Gugliotta. Lakers 4 and the Suns 3.
See, Mark, that was a great example of Gugliotta getting the rebound and the break stopped because he's not a guy that they can bring it up and make the break happen.
Robinson. And Shaquille O'Neal able to haul it down. We are just underway. 3 minutes gone by here in Phoenix. Longley called for the reach-in, trying to keep it away from Shaquille.
Luke Longley is also a 7'2" guy and is one of the biggest centers that the Suns have had in their recent history. But the bottom line is he's got to show Shaquille different looks defensively. Can't just play behind him the whole game.
And here's Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, he got the friendly roll. Incidentally, we'd like to welcome those watching on TSN in Canada tonight. I know that Reggie usually change your style for the Canadian audience.
Eh?
Oh, good.
Oh, you like that?
Very nice. 6'3" Lakers. Bailey on the follow. Here's Jason Kidd. That jump shot touch has improved.
And he's taking it more often. You'll see many times on pick and rolls, players want to go underneath him. He has to take the shot because he's as much in wrong if he doesn't than he is to come off looking for other people.
Lakers 6, Suns 5. We have played 3.5 minutes. Harper fires the three. That time Rodman mistimed the jump. Here comes Bailey on the run. Looked like for a moment he surprised Robinson, but Robinson able to convert, and the Suns lead by 1.
And the one thing that's been consistent, this team has not been getting easy baskets. If they can do that like they just did, that's going to be important for them. I think the key defensively for the Lakers is Harper and also Derek Fisher have to get to Jason Kidd early in the backcourt to slow down his momentum.
Phoenix on top for the first time, and that time Luke Longley gambled, and it cost.
Lost.
Lakers by 1. So Shaq is opened up, hitting 3 of 3 from the field. He has 6 points. Here's Bailey off the pick. Kobe Bailey in the starting lineup due to the injury suffered by Rex Chapman.
Well, Danny Ainge told us they're going to play single coverage on Shaq, but Luke, that's a phantom defensive try. Coaches hate that when you flag at the ball trying to get a steal. That's probably why Luke is out of the game right now.
Luke Longley sitting down. The 14-year veteran Joe Klein has come on, and he will have to contend with Shaquille O'Neal. Screen and roll for O'Neal. Klein tried to draw the foul as he went down. No call made.
And one of the things that happens when you play a guy that's so potent offensively like Shaquille, single coverage, as you see, Tom Gugliotta collided with Joe Klein, and obviously with that much body falling on top of you, things break, things get bruised.
So Tom Gugliotta shaken up. Phoenix trainer Joe Prosky out to take a look.
Shaquille going to the bucket, and Joe basically falls down, and I have to think that fell into Tom in some form here. Right there, here comes his leg. Oh, that hurts.
Right across the right leg of Tom Gugliotta. We've played 5 minutes. The Lakers lead the Suns by the score of 10-7. What a start for Shaquille O'Neal with 8 of the Laker 10 points. Reggie, a scary collision right here. Recall the incident last night. Stephon Marbury, Jason Williams, the Nets getting together, which led to the broken leg suffered by Jason Williams. This time Gugliotta shaken up.
Right there. See his right leg go down as Joe Klein fell into it. A lot of things can go wrong when that type of thrust comes down on top of you. Gugliotta walked to the locker room, didn't see a real gimp in his get along, but certainly that has to be painful, Marv.
And we'll hear a report on the extent of the injury suffered by Gugliotta from Cheryl Miller in just a moment. Danny Manning has checked in for the first time, replacing Gugliotta. Bad pass by Manning. And here comes Rice. Len Rice setting it up on the crossover. Shaquille O'Neal being played by the 37-year-old Joe Klein. Here's Shaq, who is on fire. Shaquille O'Neal 5 of 5 from the field, and the Lakers lead 12-7.
And Marv, what's happened here, because the way the Suns came out playing single coverage, they have allowed Shaquille O'Neal to get into a rhythm.
Bailey, played by Bryant. Shot clock at 5. Bailey going one-on-one and coming up with the air ball. Rodman fires down to Harper, but Kidd got back. We are halfway through this first quarter. Crowd wanted to travel on Kobe Bryant. over the glass, and the ball back to Phoenix. For the Lakers, this is game one of a stretch where they're playing 5 games in 6 days, 3 of the 5 at home. This after that rare stretch of 3 days off where, as we mentioned, they could actually practice. Although in talking with Kurt Rambis earlier, he was a bit upset because Glenn Rice has been suffering with the flu and missed the practice on Wednesday.
Well, that really hurts the team because that was one of the times they had when they could get some things done. You see Jason Kidd again hitting a long jumper.
And for Kidd, that's his second field goal. He has 4, Lakers 12, Suns 9. Nice ball movement to the open Rice. Yes, a 3 for Glenn Rice. And the Lakers lead 15-9.
And that's a nice opposite type of game that the Lakers played the last 5 times, going straight into Shaq, this time getting Glenn in the game, getting him into the offense.
Nice move by Kidd on the floater. And the Lakers up by 4, 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Marv Albert, Reggie Theus, Cheryl Miller from America West Arena in Phoenix, Arizona. Now Bailey up tight on Rice, who goes to the fadeaway and hits it. And when he gets into that flow, there is no telling when it will end.
I talked to him earlier, and he's gone through some adjustments. He says, I'm starting to feel a lot better. I'm getting that smile back. I'm having fun now.
Robinson, and the rebound handled by Rodman. That's his 3rd rebound. At 17 the other night against Vancouver. In fact, the rest of the Lakers combined had only 14 for a total of 31.
Well, that's what we're talking about in the open, is that the Lakers have a tendency to lose that aggressiveness for 48 minutes. They have this bad thing about them. They win games with their talent a lot of times, Marvin. For to win a championship, they're going to have to get down and get dirty, a lot like what they did when they played the Knicks at home.
Chris Morris checking in. Toby Bailey will depart. Kurt Rambis telling us that early on when Dennis Rodman first reported to the club, he felt that Dennis was frustrated with the Lakers' lack of focus and immaturity. And then Kurt reminded Dennis that when he first landed in Chicago, they had already won 3 championships. They knew how to handle whatever came about. That's not the story here with the Lakers. You can see Kidd complaining, thought he was fouled. Here comes Harper. Harper on the penetration. Rodman kept it alive, and then it was knocked out by Phoenix.
And see, even though Rodman didn't get that rebound, he got 2 touches, got his hands on the ball, and made the Suns player knock it out of bounds just by his sure effort and aggressiveness underneath. That's what the Lakers have to have, not just from Dennis, from everybody. Kobe Bryant did a great job early in the season of rebounding, and now he's slacked off quite a bit. Shaq clearing it out.
On one-on-one against Joe Klein, he hits, but we get a whistle. The basket does not count, says Tommy Wood, but a foul called on Joe Klein. And here comes Derek Fisher checking in, replacing Derek Auburn.
And the big fella calling his own number.
So the Lakers now have O'Neal up front with Rice and Rodman, Bryant and Fisher in the backcourt. O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal is 6 for 6. Unstoppable. First against Luke Longley and now against Joe Klein.
Marv, you ever seen a 7'2" guy, 300, get a swerve on?
Lakers by 8. Coming up on 3 to go in this first quarter. Manning gave it up to Klein. Rodman unleashes. Here's O'Neal. Did not get to it. That would have been an interesting fast break attempt. And a timeout is called. 2 minutes, 59 seconds remaining. First quarter. Lakers by 8. Pleasure, we were talking earlier with Phoenix coach Danny Ainge as to how he would go against Shaquille O'Neal. He said, well, he's going to start straight up, which he has. And Shaquille has been able to do whatever he wants to against both Longley and Klein.
And you have to think, coming out of this timeout, they're going to rethink their strategy against Shaq because they got him into a flow where he's making everything happen. And you have to remember one thing about the Lakers. They have lost games where Shaq has had big scoring nights because the other players have a tendency to float mentally and get out of the game. So that's something we'll keep an eye on.
Well, Shaquille sitting down now. Sean Rooks has checked in. O'Neal 6 of 6 for 12 points in 9 minutes of play. Shot clock is down to 7. Rick Fox on the floor for the first time for the Lakers. And Robinson gets in deep on the combination of Fox and Rooks. Rooks took the shot on the forehead as Fox committed the foul. Sean Rooks played well the other night against the Grizzlies. 4 of 4 from the field, 3 blocks, 6 rebounds. This after he was unhappy about not getting playing time, and the Forum crowd reacted very well to Rooks.
Well, it was one of those things where Kurt always talks about one of the biggest problems that he has is finding playing time for everybody. He's realizing now that he can't get everybody playing time. They just have to deal with it.
Reminder coming up on Turner Sports, the NBA action continues. Coming up next here on TNT, it's the Trailblazers with the best record in the NBA. 24-6, 14-1 at home, going up against the Sonics. Monday night at 8 on TBS Superstation, Indiana and Detroit. Next Tuesday night, doubleheader action on TNT. Tipping off at 8 Eastern. The Magic and the Knicks hook up in Game 1, followed by the Jazz and the Lakers. Let's check in with Cheryl Miller. Cheryl?
Thanks a lot, Marvin. Reggie, right now, it looks like they ran a series of x-rays for Tom Gugliotta. His right knee, they're deeming it as a hyperextension. They're icing it down right now. They will make a determination at halftime whether or not he will return to the game.
All right, thanks, Cheryl. All right, Manning off the steal. 6-point Laker lead. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Robinson.
Well, I don't think anybody on the Lakers team can guard Robinson one-on-one down in the low post, especially Rick Fox down there. Too small for Robinson.
Clifford Robinson, 3 of 5, 9 points. Lakers 19, Suns 15. Here's Kobe Bryant seeing the daylight, could not take advantage. Fisher able to keep it alive on the back tap.
See, this is an opportunity for the Lakers to have a lot of ball movement to make some things happen. But sometimes when this unit's out there, players start thinking, hey, Shaq's not out here. It's my turn.
Bryant, well, Kobe off the fadeaway. That's his second field goal, and the Lakers now lead 21-15. Gerald Brown with the ball, rookie from Pepperdine, who just checked in, signed as a free agent after playing so well in the Los Angeles Summer League during the long offseason, it should be pointed out. Shot clock at 6 as Manning gets involved in a collision with Derek Fisher. Derek Fisher has had too many collisions as of late. Rick Fox called for the foul, his second. Derek Fisher still in pain after catching an elbow from Patrick Ewing on Sunday just under the right eye.
Yeah, he was not happy about that. I saw him at lunch today, and he was still talking about Patrick elbowing him in the eye.
Lakers have a 6-point lead with a minute left in the first quarter. Nice move by Manning over Fox.
Too small. He's got that knuckleball jump hook. Tough to guard.
Lakers by 4. Shaquille O'Neal sitting down after opening up, hitting all 6 field goal attempts. Lakers maintain possession. So it's Fox with Rodman and Rooks on the front line. Fisher and Bryant in the backcourt. Bryant met on the switch by Longley. Shot clock at 5. 3-second violation. Excellent defensive sequence by the Phoenix Suns.
It's good defense, good aggressive defense, but what happened off the pick and roll is Rooks forgot to play basketball. He basically just stood there and made Kobe try to make something happen that wasn't there. If you do the right things off the pick and rolls, there's all kinds of shots for everybody.
Half minute left in this opening quarter. Manning will try to go to work once again against Fox. Rooks over to help. And here's the three-pointer by Robinson. Clifford Robinson in the top 10 in three-point shooting at 44% coming in. So the Lakers, after getting off to that good start now with just that 1-point lead, and they're working the clock down for a final shot. Manning jumping out at Fisher. Fox. Time runs out. 9-2 run by the Suns to end the quarter, all since the departure of Shaquille O'Neal. And after one, here in the Valley of the Sun, it's the Lakers 21 and the Suns 20. Back with more on TNT in a moment. outside the America West Arena on a beautiful night in Phoenix after the rain subsided. And we welcome you back. Reggie, as you mentioned earlier, Lakers at times tend to stand around when Shaquille O'Neal is not on the floor. He opened up with a burst, but after he went out at the 9-minute mark, a different ball game.
A great opportunity for them to play some open court basketball, to move the basketball, play both sides of the floor when Shaquille went out, but they didn't do it. Sometimes they get into this thing, it's my turn. And of course, Cliff Robinson carrying Phoenix Suns with 4 of 6 shooting 12 points. Double teaming him down in the low post would be a good thing for the Lakers. And of course, Danny Ainge has got to go away from his starter game plan, and that is playing Shaquille O'Neal with single coverage.
And Shaquille is back on the floor, as you saw. Phoenix ending the first quarter with that 9-2 run. Lakers 21 and the Suns 20. Here goes Shaq back to work, moving in deep on Longley, and we get a whistle for a foul. Longley called for his second. Shaquille O'Neal comes in averaging 27 a game. That is second in scoring to the 76ers, Allen Iverson, and is shooting 58%, leading the NBA. Says that chronic abdominal strain continues to give him pain, although not noticeable to this point tonight.
Well, he has a therapist that he goes to see every day that travels with him and makes things happen. Glenn Rice shooting the ball. The one thing that Glenn told me earlier, he said that the biggest adjustment he's had to make is the lack of movement in their offense for him. He's so used to coming off picks and being the main go-to guy, but this adjustment, being a spot-up shooter, has been tough for him.
And he's now 3 of 3 from the field. That was a second from downtown. He has 8 points in all. Morris not able to hit. Robert Horry, who just checked in as the second quarter got underway, handling for the first time. Rice had it broken up, and last touched by Rice. Phoenix with a substitution. Their newest acquisition, Jimmy Oliver, who was signed to a 10-day contract with Rex Chapman sidelined. Jimmy Oliver has made the rounds. Cleveland, Boston, Toronto, Washington, a #1 pick of the Cavs back in '91. He's played in the CBA, Italy, Spain. And you may recall he was the leading scorer for the U.S. team in the World Championships in Greece last summer that won the bronze medal. Here's Rice putting the moves on Bryant, able to bank it home. He fired it up off glass. And the Lakers now lead by 6.
Well, he can squeeze them off with the best of the people off the glass. That was a prime shot.
So Brown and Oliver in the backcourt. Chris Morris with a dribbling adventure. This is Brown. Gerald Brown, the rookie from Pepperdine.
Oh, I like those California guys.
Here's Horry taking all the way. Lakers by 4. Suns had a notion to run, but it was slowed up. Morris got the step on Robin, then pushing it out. Oliver.
You remember what Danny said, the team sloughed back and let them shoot. They have no respect for the Suns from the perimeter.
And Rice again from downtown. That's his third three-pointer. Lakers 29 and the Suns 22. Rice 5 of 6 from the field. 3 of 3 from three-point land. He has 13 points. So you look at the combination of Shaquille O'Neal and Glenn Rice combining for 11 of 12. We'll be right back. All right, Ernie, you see Milwaukee at 18 and 12 in a virtual tie for 5th and 6th slot with Atlanta. How about Toronto? They are red hot. 4 straight wins, 8 of the last 10.
Hey, when you look at this 4-1 pick and roll with Dennis and Fish, watch the staggered double down here, and this is a great indication that you don't have to run offense hard or quick. You just got to run it smart. Watch the fade and the nice jumper by Glenn Rice.
2.5 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Lakers 29, Suns 22. Longley way off. Just got a piece of the glass. And back comes Fisher. O'Neal getting down low. His first miss of the night with his first 6 shots. Here's Brown. Gerald Brown playing about 8 minutes per game. He's made it back from a severe injury to his right knee. Horry setting the screen. Good entry pass Rice, and O'Neal with position for the foul. Took a pretty good shot from Longley.
I really enjoyed this pick and roll from the Lakers, mainly because you see the 4-1 pick and roll again with Rodman and Derek Fisher. But what happened is, watch Shaquille O'Neal down low, coming right into this area. Starts the play, he wedges in, and Fisher finds him right in the middle. Nice play. That's called playing basketball before it's your turn. In other words, setting your man up with timing.
And Shaquille O'Neal at just under 55% from the line. Hits 1 of 2. Lakers by 6. The LA Lakers 21-11. 2 straight wins. Wins over Vancouver. And the New York Knicks, Phoenix with a victory in their last outing here at home against Golden State, but they lost their previous 3. The Lakers going for the ball. Rodman ends up with it. Here comes Fisher. Rice. You can tell he feels it. He was looking to fire from whatever angle he got the ball, but wisely gave it up. They're not even guarding Rodman. Fisher. Rodman with another rebound.
And the only time you have to guard Rodman is after the shot goes up.
You know, the strange thing, Reggie, is you've seen it even back with his days with Detroit. He has shown he can hit the outside shot, but obviously doesn't look for it.
But he doesn't look for it. One of the things that always amazed me about Rodman, he always says he doesn't have to go to shoot around. And it's finally the coach said, why? It's because I don't shoot.
Yeah, good point.
That's a good point, Rod.
Shaquille O'Neal wheeling his way. And Chris Morris with the rebound. But again, you saw how Rodman was able to keep it alive on the offensive board. And we get a whistle. Foul called on O'Neal.
Couple of big fellas locking up down low. Look at this. That is a lot of banging down low. 2 big 7'2" guys making it happen.
And now Dennis Rodman sitting down, replaced by J.R. Reed. So Reed coming on for the first time. 6 rebounds for Rodman. Lakers lead it by 6. We're early in the second. Brown finding Longley. Boy, he has been way off on his shooting.
Yeah, he's been really off. It seems like he's not even close to the rim.
Morris bothering Rice. Reed with the pick. And a foul. Chris Morris trying to fight his way through that screen and picks up the fouls.
Marv, I'm thinking back on Longley's shots. You see right here, Shaquille all over him. But what is this? This is a new weapon in his arsenal. You can't get it up with the right hand, so what do? Start shooting with the left hand? Come on.
Tom Gugliotta making his way back to the Phoenix bench. And now making his way to the scorer's table. He will check in. 5 minutes gone by in the second quarter. J.R. Reed.
See, that was an afterthought. He's got to think more offensive and more offensive team offense.
Mason Kidd for 3. Kidd with the rebound. Kidd. And a foul call. But first, a timeout. 6:46 remaining in this first half. Lakers 30, the Suns 24. Gugliotta checking back in. Back in the first quarter, got involved in a collision right here. Went to the locker room and makes his return with some protection, a sleeve on the right knee. Tom Gugliotta, 7th year out of North Carolina State. Reg signed as a free agent leaving Minnesota. In fact, appeared to be headed to the Lakers, but Kevin McHale, the general manager of the Timberwolves, not interested in what the Lakers were offering.
A little bit of, he bleeds green still.
Yes,
huh?
yes, did not want to make a deal with the Lakers. Rice off the mark. And Horry connecting on his first field goal. Robert Horry not able to get the kind of playing time you might expect.
Kurt Rambis actually said he felt bad about not being able to get Robert playing time, mainly because he likes what he does out there from a defensive standpoint and the fact that he can play 3 positions.
Clifford Robinson lost the dribble. We're halfway through the second, and the Lakers with an 8-point advantage. Derek Harper back on the floor. J.R. Reed with it up front with Horry and O'Neal. Rice at the big guard. Here's Horry. The big mismatch with Jason Kidd.
Yeah, it kind of happened slow, but you were wondering when he was going to take Jason Kidd. Or he's standing 6'10". Jason Kidd only 6'4".
Biggest lead of the night, 10-point advantage. This is Brown. The poor Phoenix shooting continues. 35% from the field.
This is one of the areas where the Lakers have not been good this year. They have no secondary break, no early offensive things going on. Either they have the break or they don't, and then they try to set up something in the half court.
Reed, J.R. Reed shooting it from his chest from the left-hand corner, and the Lakers now lead by 12.
J.R. Reed with a push.
Yes. That was a shot out of the late 50s. Screen and roll for Gugliotta. Robinson off the tip, knocked it out of bounds. And here's George McLeod checking in along with Kobe Bryant. So the Lakers in the midst of that 7-0 run to lead it by 12. Derek Harper calling out a play. Derek Harper, a longtime member of the Dallas Mavericks, spent 10 years there, then traded to the Knicks. In his 2 years with the Knicks, made a major impact, very popular player. Here's Reed, I guess feeling it. J.R. was playing very well with the Charlotte Hornets, probably his best season in the NBA, and then was dealt in the deal along with Glenn Rice involving Eddie Jones and Eldon Campbell. Reach-in foul on Horry, who was discussing it. Tommy Wood.
When you start talking about J.R. Reed, he was averaging 15 points and 8 rebounds, having really a career year. It's been very difficult for him to get the same looks and the same intensity with the Lakers. It's something that he has to adjust to. This team has made so many adjustments this year. He will make this adjustment, and he's making gradual progress so far.
Well, coming up Sunday on NBC, NBA action continues starting at 3:30. The Knicks at the Pacers, then the Rockets at the Sonics. And you know, Reggie, that theme music sounds vaguely familiar.
Oh, yeah.
4:20 to go in this first half. And the Lakers lead 38-26. Nice ball movement. Bryant.
See, it was good ball movement, but it was really just around the horn. Nothing really penetrating, nothing really happening.
Here's Klein. They get the new 24. Bryant breaking up that pass from McLeod. Gugliotta with the fake, and then foul. Horry came over to help.
That was a great move by Gugliotta, and it was actually the one thing that he was talking to me about before the game. Earlier in the season, he was shooting 10 free throws a game, and he was settling for the jump shot. Right here, he said, I got to get back to giving the head fake and taking it to the hole. And right there, he's taking heed to his own words.
He is a 79% free throw shooter. So Tom Gugliotta hanging in there with the bad knee, the result of that earlier collision. Here's Dennis Rodman for Shaquille O'Neal.
One of the things that Tom was talking about, Gugliotta, is that this team was shooting like 22 free throws, 30 free throws a game early in the season. He said that the team has a bad mix of whether it's going to be a fast break team or a half-court team, but the spacing has not been the same early in the season, late in the season as it was early in the season for them to get to the hole and make some things happen.
They are 5th in the NBA in foul shooting, 75% as a team, but just have not been getting to the line frequently in recent games.
Well, they were early in the season shooting 37 free throws a game. That's a tremendous amount of free throws.
7 for 7 at the line tonight. Reed able to shake off the double team. Shot clock down to 7. Harper. Reed fires and hits. J.R. Reed with 3 field goals, 6 points, 3 of 4 from the field.
I kid you not. His shot looks exactly like the way I used to shoot in high school.
Is that good or bad?
Oh, he's 3 for 4.
Robinson. Clifford Robinson cuts it to a 10-point Laker lead, and Clifford Robinson leading the way with 16.
But when you talk about Reed and his shot, Marvin, he'll never be a great offensive player shooting the ball that low to his chest.
Here's Bryant. Oh, he thought he was fouled. Jason Kidd going 1-on-3, finding McLeod for 3. Yes. He is a three-point specialist. George McLeod brings the Suns within 7. 2.5 remaining in the first half. Good look from Horry. Reed changed his mind. Met by Robinson. Rodman came up with the rebound. Here's Horry. Rodman again. Oh, what an effort. What unbelievable instinct for the basketball.
You can't teach that.
And here's Reed. That time he shot it from up higher.
Slightly.
And the Lakers now lead 42-33. J.R. Reed in his 9th season out of North Carolina, originally a number 1 pick of Charlotte. Robinson for 3. That's his second from downtown tonight, and the Lakers now lead the Suns 42-36. J.R. Reed has scored the last 8 points for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Hey, they don't say show me how. They just say what happens. Is it going in?
And here's Reed. Passed on the 3. Hits the 2. He can't believe it. He's shaking his head. And the bench enjoying it. Gugliotta. Rebound Reed. Lakers 44, Suns 36 as we come up on 1 minute remaining in the first half. They're flipping it back to Reed. Shot clock at 5. Bryant. Deflected out by Horry. It will be Phoenix ball. And a timeout called with 48 seconds remaining in this first half. That's the story on J.R. He has scored the Lakers' last 10 points. Back in Phoenix, we welcome you back. Looking ahead, coming up on the AT&T halftime scores and highlights from around the league. Kenny Smith, Ernie Johnson in our Atlanta studio will also keep you posted on the Bucks and the Celtics going down the stretch in that one. Ernie will have an update. This is the 4th and final meeting between the Lakers and the Suns. Lakers have won 2 of 3 illegal defense calls for the first time. It was last Wednesday, though, in L.A. The Suns beat the Lakers 106-101. Phoenix with a good run of 14-2 stretch to finish out the third quarter, which sparked them to the win. Shaquille O'Neal has been averaging 25 a game against Phoenix. Got off to the terrific start here, hitting his first 6 shots, and then J.R. Reed, the story in the second quarter. Robinson, he's been the story offensively for the Suns. Robinson with 21.
Just a nice free cut off the weak side, coming around to the ball like running a little bit of a wheel at the top of the key.
Clifford Robinson, 7 of 9 from the field, 21 points. We're down to 15 seconds left first half, and the Laker lead is 6. Reed set the pick for Harper. And here is J.R. this time coming up short. And a foul is called. Gugliotta looked to whip it down court.
So much has been happening for the Lakers off the pick and roll tonight. That's something that Kurt Rambis did say that at practice they had a chance to work on.
Non-shooting foul. Kidd has to hurry and runs into Reed. So that puts the Lakers over the limit with 2 3/10 seconds remaining. My fault, says Kurt.
He asked them to commit the foul because I guess he must have been thinking that they had one to give.
Jason Kidd.
That's big of him.
72% free throw shooter. And this is on both. Dennis Rodman concluding matters in Dennis style as this first half comes to a close, and Rodman finishes with 8 rebounds. The Lakers shooting just under 50% for the half. They lead it 44-38 over the Suns. Back with our halftime in a moment. 6-point Laker lead as we head to the second half. Outstanding first half of shooting. The Lakers just under 49%. Both Shaquille O'Neal, Glenn Rice, and J.R. Reed red hot. What a job by Dennis Rodman off the board.
Well, what I like most about the game so far has been a total team game by the Lakers. Shaq starting it off, and then J.R. coming off the bench doing a great job. I like the way they're playing. They just have to sustain it through the fourth quarter.
Shaq hit his first 6 shots, 6 of 6 over 9 minutes, and that did cool down, but did damage early.
Shaq trying to play in single coverage, and they paid big time for it. And of course, for the Suns, Robinson keeping them in the game was 7 for 9 with 21 points. And then, of course, J.R. Reed hitting 4 big shots off the bench. And one stat that I love, the 4 shots gave also Derek Harper 9 assists for the first half.
14 assists overall for the Lakers. O'Neal 6 of 9, 13 points. Rice with a touch, 5 out of 7 for 13. Reed 5 for 8 for 10 points. The rest of the team, as you see, 4 of 17. That includes a 2 of 9 in 17 minutes for Kobe Bryant. Clifford Robinson leading the way for the Suns with 21. Phoenix shooting 40% on 14 of 35 from the field. Moments ago, Cheryl Miller talked with Suns coach Danny Ainge. Cheryl?
That before the game, when Danny was talking to us, that he did not want to give up the 3-point shot to Glenn Rice. He was very disappointed that the team did not defensively make the adjustments. As far as Shaq's concerned, they want to mix up the defense, try to double team him, mix it up, keep him off balance. And as far as J.R. Reed is concerned, he'd rather take the shots from that than anyone else on the floor, guys.
Well, Cheryl, that's called picking your poison, and if a guy has to make shots like that, it's one of those things that coaches say, we'll live with it, and that's what Danny Ainge is talking about.
Right, they were not taking the outside prowess of Reed seriously. Rodman called for the foul. That's his first. There is J.R. Reed, who was on fire in the second quarter. 6-point Laker lead. They've led by as many as 14. Gugliotta putting the moves on Rodman and hitting. Tom Gugliotta with his first field goal, 0 for 4 in the first half.
So Tom trying to give himself a chance by taking it to the hole, trying to get back into that rhythm he had earlier this season.
Meanwhile, the Lakers with just that 4-point lead, despite the hot shooting by 3 of their players, reach and foul on Bryant. Check that on Robinson.
Shaquille O'Neal plus 15 points when he's in the game, minus 11. Now that's because they went into the smaller lineup and really got no ball movement, and Kobe Bryant was really the only offensive player in the game at that time. So the thing that's kept the Suns in the game, as you see Kobe knocking down the nice 15-footer, that's his 3rd bucket of the night. They were 7 for 9 from 3-point land. That's kept them in the game.
Lakers 46 and the Suns 40. Gugliotta trying to go down low and a pushing foul against the Lakers. Foul on Bryant, caught in a mismatch with Robinson for Bryant. That is his first. George McLeod starting in this second half. Danny Ainge looking for some more offensive punch. He went with a rookie, Toby Bailey, the shooting guard position. So it's McLeod and Kidd in the backcourt. Here's Robinson. A little soft hook from the baseline.
Makes it look easy.
Lakers 46 and the Suns 42. So Robinson 8 of 10. He has 23 points. Harper and Bryant in the backcourt. O'Neal up front with Rodman and Rice. Shaquille going and Longley to the spin. Yes. Shaquille O'Neal having his way here tonight. That's 15 points.
But Marv, they obviously didn't get the message at halftime that they wanted to try to double Shaquille and mix the defense up. You don't come back out and start playing the same exact way. You're getting back into that rhythm.
So the Lakers now lead by 6. We played 2 minutes, 3rd quarter. Gugliotta working against the hand check And then Rodman hit the floor trying to take Gugliotta with him.
Well, that's a good call by the official. Rodman trying to get a flop and bad acting at that. Taking it, got some nice ball movement, got some feet movement, takes the punch squarely, but still probably not enough contact for the referee. Had he not fallen down so hard, the ref might have gave him the call.
Non-shooting foul. McLeod firing. Rodman protecting the rebound. That is number 9 for Dennis Rodman. Wow, what a good job fronting Rice. Now Rice being played by Kidd.
Mark, that's one of the areas that Rice has been very frustrated. He says they don't exploit my ability to post up players and make things like that happen. He becomes a triple threat when you get him down low because he's so good off the glass.
6 of 8 from the field, 15 points in all for Glenn Rice. Lakers 50, Suns 42. Rice got a piece of it, leading to the steal by Rodman. Here comes Hopper. Good recovery by O'Neal to get it to Bryant. Kobe Bryant. Yes, and it counts. Kobe going with the sweeping high dribble and drew the foul.
Kobe's got an array of ways to beat you. Right here, watch when he picks it up. Right here, he picks it up and splits the defense, and that's what makes it such a nice play.
Kobe comes in averaging just under 21 per game. Second to Shaquille O'Neal, 85% free throw shooter. So it is a 3-point play, and the Lakers open up an 11-point lead. Marv Albert with Reggie Theus and Cheryl Miller from America West Arena in Phoenix. McLeod from downtown. George McLeod, 4th in the NBA. 3-point shooting at 46%.
He'll make you pay if you leave him open. Doesn't have a lot of foot speed, but let him get his feet together. He can pound them down.
That was his second from downtown. He's 2 of 2. O'Neal. It counts. And the foul.
Nasty big fella getting down. Watch the drop step spin at 300 pounds, 7'2", and then taking the punch, control, a little bit of a pirouette, and twinkle toes. Look at that.
You know, we can edit that out of the tape, Reggie.
No, but I tell you, Shaq is so light on his feet for a guy his size and his weight. I'm always marveled at his ability down low.
Foul on Longley was his 3rd. Here's Gugliotta. He's really had a long night. Took a good shot in the knee earlier, was forced back to the locker room, but having his difficulties with Dennis Rodman.
Well, as you know, Dennis doesn't score a lot of points, but he tries to get up in your head.
Oh, nicely done. Gugliotta from Robinson. But several Suns touching the basketball to set it up.
Something they don't get enough of, Mark.
Lakers lead at 56-47. You know, you look at this Phoenix roster as people around the NBA do and say, what's going on there? 1 under 500. Why is this?
Well, we expected Phoenix to be quite a bit better than they are today. The fact is, Mark, they just don't have the players to be any better than where they are. They don't have the type of basketball game that they're playing. The inside game, they're really a run-and-gun team.
And unable to fully take advantage of the skills of this man, Jason Kidd, who is so effective running the floor. Kidd passing for a moment and then hitting the 3. Did not want to take the shot.
That's not his shot. It's a smart thing not to want to take that to Jason Kidd. But many times he's on a one-man fast break with this Suns team, and they have to rectify that in this summer with free agency or trades.
Such an unself.
But Zoe Morning says no. 1 of 7 blocks for Alonzo. But for the most part, it was the Bulls' shooting ineptitude. Ron Harper, the air ball. The Bulls were a brutally bad 18 of 77 from the floor for the game, a pitiful 23%. In fact, Bulls fans late in the game with their team stuck on 49 points were actually cheering for their team not to break 50. Unbelievable. And they got their wish. The final 82-49 Heat. Chicago setting a league-low record of 54 points. Serbia native Vlade Divac misses the acrobatic shot, but stays with it nicely and gets the rebound. Vlade with a monster game, 21 points, 15 rebounds. Now Williams will go for the floor. The two-handed overhead pass to Chris Webber. He makes the layup. Nuggets up by 2. Second quarter, Williams with the steal. And a little guy will go in for the big slam. Kings up by 3 at that juncture. Ahead to the third quarter, Denver's Danny Fortson will back down on Divac. Puts it in. That cuts Sacramento's lead to 6, but just too much Williams in this game. Wow, that's gorgeous. Chris Webber had 23 in the contest. The Kings win it 110-104 to both.
Well, first of our TNT doubleheader coming up later on. Seattle at Portland. Blazers at 24-6. Best record in the NBA. Kevin Harlan, Doc Rivers will have it for you from Portland, Oregon. There's Shaquille O'Neal having an outstanding night. It's an interesting stat line, which could hurt come playoff time. The Lakers 25th in the league at the line, and of course that man, not that man, Rambis, but Shaquille O'Neal, one of the reasons at 55%.
Well, the big thing is in the fourth quarter, when you have Shaq and Dennis Rodman in the game, they shoot about 52% between the two of them. That was one of the reasons that they wanted to go out and get Glenn Rice, not only for his ability in the half-court game in the playoffs to hit the outside jumper, but he's also an 80% free throw shooter and a guy who draws fouls and makes things happen late in the game.
Shaquille has been hitting his free throws tonight. He is 4 of 5 at the line. And the Lakers lead at 58-50. 6.5 remaining in the third. Here's Gugliotta with the room. And Hopper flips it ahead. Rice gets the step on the cloud. Takes all the way.
Nice little roll from the finger roll position. Rice showing us he can put it on the floor and take it up the court for the Lakers. They need that, so they don't always have to get it to the point guard to run fast breaks.
Especially, I know Kurt Rambis would like to see Glenn Rice go to the basket more frequently, but that has been the story down through the years. Every coach who's had him knows he can put it on the floor. They'd like to see more to get it to the line. It counts, and the foul. Clifford Robinson with the bucket, and he was hacked by Rice.
Well, Clifford Robinson having an outstanding game inside, driving to the bucket, making things happen. He's done this all year long. He's so confident in what he can do. I think it has to do with him getting rid of that headband, and bang, he can put it down. I just kind of snuck that in there.
This is a very scientific study, huh? Just doesn't go in the Phoenix area.
No.
Too warm here.
Not enough rain.
60-53. Lakers by 7. 26 points now for Robinson. Joe Klein now defending against Shaquille O'Neal. Shot clock at 5. Shaq.
And Mark, you see that little help that Jason gave on Shaq made him change his game a little bit.
Robinson. And Bryant with the rebound. Had a notion to throw down court, looking for the baseball pass, but Rice was covered. O'Neal up front, along with Rodman, and Rice, Bryant, and Harper in the backcourt. Kobe to the stutter step, draws the double, and pass broken up by Robinson. Kidd with a 2-on-1, takes all the way. And the Suns are within 5. Robinson on a switch defending against Bryant. Rodman given the shot. Here's Harper. Three-pointer for Derek Harper. And that is his first field goal. So the Lakers now lead 63-55. Kidd lost Harper off the screen, sets it up for Robinson. Rodman rebounds. Rodman had it broken up. Again, it's Robinson getting back. Here's Gugliotta. Kidd gets it out. McLeod for 3. Well, racehorse basketball end-to-end here in this third quarter. Lakers with an 8-point lead and the ball with 4 minutes remaining in the third. Bryant, yes,
this kind of tempo favors the Lakers. They would really rather play this type of basketball where it's just kind of helter-skelter, getting up and down the court, because they can use their talent to make things happen.
And Kobe has come on 7 of his 11 in this third quarter. Lakers by 10. Robinson draws the double. Here's Kidd for 3. Yes! That's his second from three-point land. And the Lakers now have a 7-point advantage.
Well, Jason Kidd will make you respect him eventually. He's got to keep shooting those shots and working on that. Danny Ainge told us that he spent an hour and a half yesterday after practice working on his jump shots.
Kidd has 14. Here's Harper. One of his rare shots tonight. Kidd against the backpedaling Rodman. Finds Giuliano. What a play by the man who leads the NBA in assists, averaging 11 per game. How about that 4-to-1 assist to turnover ratio? Timeout taken by the Lakers. They'll talk it over with 2:54 remaining in the third. The Suns battling back within 5. Well, the Lakers led by as many as 14, but the Suns have made their way back.
And Shaquille O'Neal right here. This is Jason Kidd. Watch how Jason comes down, gives a little bit of help. That little help stops Shaq from going straight to the bucket, reestablishes the defensive position where Joe Klein could play a little bit better and stop Shaq from getting another easy bucket. And, of course, averaging 11 assists a game. You can never even blink with Jason Kidd on the floor, because he's going to find your man and embarrass you on national TV.
Talking a moment ago about the assist to turnover ratio. Massive changes made by the Lakers. J.R. Reed back on the floor with Rick Fox, Derek Fisher. This is Fox. Well, Fox off the bench and immediately hits over Pat Garrity, the 6'9" rookie from Notre Dame, making his first appearance of the night.
And Rick Fox, not known for his shooting, has been doing a great job of late for the Lakers, hitting the long jumpers.
Here's Manning from deep. Lakers 67 and the Suns 62. Second field goal for Danny Manning, who came in along with Garrity and Morris. So Rodman and Bryant staying on the floor from the starting 5.
In the first half, it was the second unit and almost this exact lineup where the Suns really got back in the ball game when Shaq went out.
Well, Fisher turned it over. 2 minutes remaining in the third. Lakers with a 5-point lead. Kidd posting up. Manning. Now Kidd again with the post up on Fisher. Jason Kidd gets the roll.
He's so tough. He's a lot like Mark Jackson down on that low post because of their ability to pass internally. If you double team him, I guarantee you he's going to make you pay for it.
And Kidd has 16. The Suns are within 3 with a minute and a half to go in the third. Kidd is 4 of 4 from the field in this third quarter. Here's Bryant. Not a good shot.
And that's one of the things we talked about. The lack of movement when Shaq's not in the game. You would think that it would get better, but it hasn't for the Lakers so far tonight.
And let's see what the call is here. Apparently a loose ball foul. Foul on Morris is second. Suns are over the foul limit. So the Lakers to the line. Rick Fox was the man who was pushed. Fox, a 72% free throw shooter. Probably a technical foul was called on Morris, who had a bit extra to say to the officials. So Fox shooting the tee. And now the personal foul free throws coming up with the Suns over the limit, and Reed was the man who was fouled on the play. Lakers lead it by 4 points. Coming up on Turner Sports, the NBA action continues. Next on TNT, it's the Trailblazers hosting the Supersonics. Monday night at 8 on TBS Superstation. The Indiana Pacers travel to Detroit, taking on the Pistons next Tuesday night. Doubleheader action on TNT starting at 8 Eastern. Magic and Knicks in Game 1, followed by the Jazz and the Lakers. And that's a three-pointer to cut it to a one-point lead. Reggie, you'll be at Madison Square Garden with Bob Neal, Cheryl Miller for the Knicks and the Magic next Tuesday. Just under a minute remaining in this third quarter. Lakers now clinging to the one-point lead.
Lakers not sure from the offensive standpoint what they want to do.
And a pushing foul. Foul on Garrity.
Anytime you have ball movement and you put the ball on the floor and drive to the bucket, it gives you a chance for something good to happen, and that's what JR did right there. Good job, but again, this Laker team not getting it done from an offensive standpoint and also slow defensively.
J.R. Reid, who scored the Lakers' last 10 points in the second quarter, he's an 81% free throw shooter. The Lakers 70 and the Suns 67. Oh, Kidd able to split through two Laker defenders, and he'll go to the line. What a move by Jason Kidd.
Well, I tell you what, the Lakers better go pick up their shorts on that one because Jason Kidd just wiped him out. Not a fancy crossover, but an effective one through the legs and drawing the foul.
Rick Fox picked up the foul, his third. Kidd with 16 points. 8 assists, 5 rebounds, and how about this? No turnovers.
That's Jason Kidd up and down. And again, when you look at that crossover, Marv, he did it at full stride, never slowed down, went and put it between his legs and kept going.
And what is amazing when you look at the big zero next to the turnovers department is the fact that Jason handles the ball virtually all the time for the Phoenix Suns. So
but you never really see him trying to do too much with the basketball. He's very, very fundamentally sound when it comes to what he's looking for on the floor.
Lakers by 1, down to 20 seconds left in the third. And the call away from the ball with Fox and Manning coming together. And the foul on Rick Fox. He's hit with a technical. Ted Bernhardt, who is not a favorite of Dennis Rodman, and the same can be said the other way. And apparently a second technical, which means an ejection. Rick Fox is gone. Rick persisted. I recall it was Dennis Rodman who, there's Dennis going over to Bernhardt to try and explain the Laker point of view as Fox heads back to the Laker locker room, and now the technical shots by McLeod. Rodman headbutted Bernhardt a couple of years back in a incident that NBA fans will recall from seeing it on the highlights a number of times.
Well, Rick Fox was complaining that he didn't throw the elbow. Nice little hip check. Watch Rick Fox right there. Sticking out his arms. Rick said that he was using the baseline as an extra defensive man and really didn't throw the elbow. He said, yes, it was sticking out, but I didn't throw it, and that's what upset him.
Well, it turns it to a one-point Phoenix lead, and Rick Fox ejected on the two technicals. Final seconds of the third. Kidd. Rodman just batted it away, and that shot, let's see, will it count? No. Too late. Came after the horn. So Phoenix with a 16-5 run to conclude matters here in the third quarter. The Suns down by as many as 14, now lead by 1 as we head to the fourth. We welcome you back to the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix, Arizona. Marv Albert along with Reggie Theus and Cheryl Miller as we head to the fourth quarter. And Reggie, once again, Shaquille O'Neal, who got off to that quick start early and then had a good third quarter, at least in the early going, sits down, and obviously the whole game changed around for the Lakers.
They just lost their complete cohesion offensively, and then the defense started to lack. Jason Kidd getting after it, but again, Kobe Bryant trying to hold it together, 7 of his 11 points in that third quarter.
Phoenix with a 1-point lead as this fourth quarter gets underway. Kidd Again, looking for the post-up, this time against Bryant. Here's Kidd. Morris could not hit the reverse. In fact, came up with air. And it's a 24-second violation. Now Ted Bernhardt over the scorer's table. Well, apparently he's indicating that the shot did hit the rim. It grazed the rim, so it will be Phoenix ball.
And Danny Ainge has to be pretty happy with his squad right now, because one of the things he talked about, Mark, earlier was that the Lakers have a tendency to give the game up in the fourth quarter, and he wanted to be in position to win it down in the fourth quarter. The same thing happened to them in Los Angeles. Gave them a shot at it, and they pulled it out in L.A.
It was last Wednesday as the Suns beat the Lakers 106-101. Phoenix had a 14-2 run finishing up the third quarter. Had the good run here in the third to take this one-point lead. Here's Morris putting moves on Horry and lost the handle.
So we have to remember Shaq will be back in the game shortly, and that does change things.
Technical foul and an ejection. Chris Morris is the man who apparently has something to say to Joe Crawford, and Danny Manning keeping Morris away. Look out. Here comes Danny Ainge ushering Morris toward the locker room. So Rick Fox moments ago hit with the two technicals, and now Chris Morris.
But Danny Ainge did Chris Morris a favor, because I've seen that look on Chris's face before. He was not going to let up. Would have cost him some big money and more problems on the team.
So Kobe Bryant shooting the technicals, and that ties the game at 71. Apparently one technical. And now the Lakers will put it in play. J.R. Reid is up front. Robert Horry, Dennis Rodman, Kobe Bryant, Derek Fisher in the backcourt. Shot clock at 7. Horry with a gorgeous pass for Kobe Bryant.
Off a great cut off the weak side. I love it when I see players playing basketball, doing the natural thing, making those free cuts, making things happen.
Lakers 73 and the Suns 71. Robert Horry, with the departure of Rick Fox, should get some playing time here in the fourth. Kidd with the hesitation dribble and was pushed by Bryant.
Kidd got away with one. I thought he lost his dribble, lost his footing. But of course, just enough contact for the ref to give it to him on the side.
And McLeod will throw in. Manning, Garrity, and Kidd. Picked off by Bryant. Well, there he is, turnover number 1 for Jason Kidd. Reid with a series of moves against Manning and drew the foul. Well, Phoenix doing it with a series of runs, 9-2 at the end of the first. They closed fast at the end of the second quarter, and then that 16-5 spurt to end the third.
And those are those breaks in concentration that we talked about in the opening of this game. The Lakers have to weather if they're talking about winning the championship.
In a long respite for Shaquille O'Neal, J.R. Reid continues the touch. He has 14, and it's the Lakers 75 and the Suns 71. Gugliotta not shooting well. Last touched by the Suns. Tom Gugliotta, 3 of 10 from the field. Timeout is taken by Phoenix. We'll be back in a moment.
Well, defense will have to be our mainstay. It can't be secondary for us to be successful. I think with Dennis, we rebound pretty well. But we have to find a way to play defense night in and night out and not worry about the offensive end so much, because we're talented enough on the offensive end that we're gonna score points. But I think a lot of problems we have are on the other end.
Well, Marv, what he's talking about is they have to prioritize their goals for this team and know where their weaknesses are. Defensive aggressiveness for 48 minutes is something the Lakers have not been able to muster this season, and that's what they have to do to get that ring.
Derek Harper, such a smart player. It turns out to be a key man. He's now the starting point guard with the departure of Nick Van Exel. Actually beat out the younger player, Derek Fisher, to take that #1 spot. 10 assists tonight for Derek, who just sat down. 9:45 remaining in the fourth. Lakers with the ball, up by 4. Reed had it punched away by McLeod. Here's Fisher for 3. Yes. Derek Fisher in his 3rd season out of Arkansas Little Rock, knocking down a 3, and the Lakers by 7.
Well, it's a good opportunity for the Lakers because Shaq is getting a long rest, something that he desperately needs a lot of times in fourth quarters. Lakers on an 8-0 run to start of this quarter.
Horry nearly stripped Robinson, but calls the turnover. Gugliotta could not hold on. Robert Horry, a solid defensive player. Remember Horry's all-around play as a member of the Houston Rockets, key member of their 2 championship teams. A lot of people thought he was on the way to becoming a Scottie Pippen type player. McLeod called for the foul, entangling with J.R. Reed. Horry at that time was hitting the 3. Excellent passer. Fine defensive player.
Just never was able to catch it and shoot it with the Lakers so far. His shooting has been horrendous most of the time he's been here playing for the Lakers, but consistently his defense has been solid.
Bryant misfires, and back comes Kidd. Phoenix with the ball down by 7. Manning. Kept alive by Gugliotta. Gugliotta had the open shot and passed on it. You hear the crowd reacting, and then away from the ball, a foul called as Horry got involved with Manning. Horry called for that foul. Luke Longley getting set to check back in. Here comes Shaquille O'Neal.
You know, I don't have a problem with Gugliotta passing up that shot because it's tough from an offensive standpoint, Marv, to shoot a shot when it's an afterthought.
You have to feel it all the way.
So much of it is rhythm.
In effect, Reggie, when you were playing, you felt it all the way.
All the time, right?
Kidd for 3. Back tap by Gugliotta. McLeod feeling it.
And he feels it, and you're trying to say so much so that I feel it that I didn't want anybody else to ever feel it, right? Okay, that's 1.
George McLeod from downtown. I don't want to explain it that carefully.
I've been told that a lot.
And here's O'Neal. Rebounded by Horry in traffic.
I would have liked to see Shaq go up and down the court a few times before he comes in and really starts to shoot the ball from outside.
That's a traveling violation committed by Kobe Bryant.
See, this is one of the leader points that Shaq has got to this year. One thing that he has to do under these circumstances, with the team playing up by 4 right now, is come in the game and don't become the focal point right away. Move the ball around, see if you can keep the other guys in the flow of the game, and they will eventually, because they have to, get you into the game.
Gugliotta isolated against Rodman, who makes it very tough for him. Rodman played him so well. Here's Fisher on the pull-up. Back comes Kidd. McLeod, no hesitation. I thought he shot it before he caught it. 7 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Lakers 78 and the Suns 74. Glenn Rice.
Now, see, this is the problem and the characteristic of the Lakers, which gets them in trouble. 3 times down court, Marv, they have gotten out of the things that they've been doing well in this game. Quick shots and not moving the ball.
And a timeout has been called. 6:51 left, fourth quarter. April the 11th at 8.
Well, in the fourth quarter, you see that neither team shooting the ball very well, but for the Lakers getting out of the things that have done so well for them in this game, they got to really concentrate on the things that we heard Derek Harper say in that last fight.
Lakers have a 4-point lead. Wide open, Cliff Robinson. He has 28 points, 6.5 remaining. In the fourth, the Laker lead is 2. Robinson 10 of 14 from the field. O'Neal foul. Kidd came over to help. Shaquille to this point hitting his free throws, 4 of 5 from the line. The foul was called on Kidd, that his first.
Nice adjustment by Shaquille O'Neal and Kurt Rambis in that offensive set. They brought Shaquille from the weak side to the strong side. That gives them a little more movement in their offense.
Shaq just under 55% for the season. That time line drived it. Well, coming up next, the second half of our TNT Western doubleheader. It's Seattle at Portland. Blazers with the best record in the NBA, 14-1 at home. Kevin Harlan and Doc Rivers standing by, and they'll be bringing it to you. That is the second half of the doubleheader here on TNT. Lakers by 2. Robinson had it knocked away by Bryant. Bryant chased by Gugliotta. Gugliotta with the hustle and the steal. McLeod puts moves on Rodman. McLeod for 3. And again, Gugliotta, aggressive defensively. That time try to steal it from O'Neal.
Well, this is just great hustle all the way around. Kobe Bryant coming over, making the right. And look at Gugliotta digging from behind, making a great play and tremendous effort to come up with that ball and a steal. And the game that the Suns won in Los Angeles, they scored 25 points off of Laker turnovers in that game.
5:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. Lakers by 2. They double up on Shaquille. Hopper for 3. Kept alive by Rice, and he fires the 3. Loose ball foul. Stay right here, says the official, Ted Bernhardt. Foul committed by McLeod.
I just get the sense from an offensive standpoint for the Lakers that their fluidity is lacking in this fourth quarter, going away from the calmness and the effortless offense they were playing earlier. Leading in the Shaq, move the ball around, and taking nice shots in the course of the play. Right there, I thought that was 2 forced shots.
Well, Dennis Rodman to the line with Phoenix over the limit. Just a 45% free throw shooter. 14 of 32 now from the line for the season. Dennis has not attempted a shot. Has 12 rebounds, as you see. Lakers by 3.
As much of a non-shooter Dennis is, he even loves the challenge of stepping up to the free throw line and making free throws for the crowd.
Lakers 80 and the Suns 76. Gugliotta off the spin and ends up with a wild flank.
That's great defense. Dennis Rodman made him shoot that wild shot.
Well, Gugliotta now 3 of 12 from the floor. Rice off the fake. Yes. First the pump, and then the jumper by Glenn Rice, who has 19, leading to a timeout taken by Danny Ainge. 4 minutes, 54 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. The Lakers have a 6-point advantage. Here is the value of Dennis Rodman defensively.
And value it is. Watch his footwork defensively. Widespread. Let it go, guys. Widespread. Body center of gravity down. And look, never loses contact, never loses his body control, and thus makes Gugliotta shoot an ugly shot. Right here. Ball goes in to Shaq. Look at the little cross up here. And then as the defense is in the middle, Rice floats to the corner to the open spot. That's solid offense. That's the kind of shots you need in the fourth quarter.
Lakers by 6. 4:40 remain. Oh, the rejection by Bryant, jumping out at McLeod.
He does come alive. This kid has had some big nights for the Lakers in the second half this year on a number of occasions.
Lakers have responded to the Phoenix Spurs with a 12-5 run of their own. O'Neal taking a long lead, went down in the foul call, offensive foul. No argument from Shaq.
Well, I think he got his money's worth. He got a nice shoulder into Longley's chest, crab dribble, and then a little bit of a push after the fact also.
Second on O'Neal. Longley through the hands of Gugliotta. So the Suns with the turnover. Kurt Rambis now has Derek Harper, Kobe Bryant on the backcourt, Shaquille O'Neal, Glenn Rice, Dennis Rodman up front. So they have the starting lineup on the floor with just under 4 remaining in the fourth. Rice backing Kidd. Shot clock at 3. Rice. Rebound Kidd. And fouled by Rice.
No place to go. That was pretty bad spacing offensively. Shaq thought he was going to get the ball. Rice thought he had the ball. And that's one of the problems that you have when you got 3 prolific scorers like Shaq, Rice, and Kobe on the floor. Check Rodman out in the middle of the floor. Rodman right here, but watch when he goes to the middle. Watch his work down here. Look at this inside. Look how hard he works to get past those picks. That's the value that you were talking about, Marv. The intensity level that he brings from a defensive standpoint.
Luke Longley is sitting down, replaced by Danny Manning. Here's Kidd. Jason Kidd has had a sensational all-around game. He now has 20 points. Laker lead is 4. 8 assists, 6 rebounds for Kidd along with the 20 points. Bryant, well, you mentioned he's come up big down the stretch. Another bucket for Kobe Bryant, extending to a 6-point Laker lead.
Kurt Rambis talked about the effort he did in Orlando with the big half-court line, halftime lead. He's been doing that all year for him.
McLeod was fouled. And George McLeod will go to the line. For the Phoenix Suns, this is the finale of a 4-game homestand. They come off the win on Wednesday here in Phoenix over Golden State. Suns playing with high energy, which has not always been the case. The energy here, though, tonight, the Lakers bringing it out.
Well, you have to say that both these teams are very rested. Danny Ainge said, hey, I would love to have this team coming in if they didn't have any rest, but both teams having like a day and a half of rest coming into this ball game.
Reminder, coming up Sunday on NBC, NBA action continues starting 3:30. The Knicks and the Indiana Pacers, followed by the Rockets and the Sonics from Seattle. That'll be Sunday on NBC. 4-point Laker lead, just under 3 remaining in the fourth quarter. Harper trying to clear it out, so Bryant moves up high. Rice splitting through. Rice to the bucket. Glenn Rice looking to put the ball on the floor more frequently. Tonight he now has 21, and he's done it from a variety of moves. We've seen the entire repertoire from Rice. Here's Manning with the step, and he was fouled.
When you talk about Rice, he talks about all the things that you can do. Watching knife through. Nice little change of pace against the grain to lay it up with the left hand. This guy has worked very hard to blend with this team, and he's feeling good about himself. Had a lot of problems earlier because he wasn't in shape. He felt bad because his shot wasn't falling, but now having more fun because he's in better shape.
He's come off a bout with the flu. Apparently has not affected him tonight. Danny Manning fouled by Shaquille O'Neal. O'Neal with his third. Manning a 74% free throw shooter. Rodman with the rebound. So Dennis has 13 coming off the 17 rebound game against Vancouver on Monday. Derek Harper indicating a timeout with 2 minutes 21 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter here in Phoenix. It's the Lakers 86, the Suns 81. We'll be right back.
Hey, when the Lakers went to timeout, I tell you what, the one thing that you have to see is Dennis Rodman showing his leadership along with the leader, Derek Harper. This is something you don't get a chance to see much of, but Dennis Rodman has tried hard in his stance with the Lakers this year to be a leader and make some things happen for them off the court.
Well, to be a leader, of course, he has to show up, and he claims that he had his free pass, and he will remain with the team. That remains to be seen, but when he's there, there's no question about the basketball IQ.
Well, they expected something like that to happen with Dennis. Unfortunately, they didn't expect him to miss games. But then Kurt did say that the Lakers organization has always given players time off when it was necessary.
2:20 remaining in this fourth quarter, and away from the ball. A holding indication. Foul on Manning. And with the Suns over the foul limit, Shaquille O'Neal to the line. He's 4 of 7 at the line. Well, he started by hitting 4 of his first 5. And this is where people who don't like the chances of the Lakers look at it as a danger area. That free throw situation with Dennis Rodman and Shaquille O'Neal on the floor. Lakers now lead by 6 as Shaquille hit 1 of 2. Oh, Manning able to whip right by. What a move by Danny Manning to cut it to a 4-point Laker lead.
Danny Manning is amazing. After 3 reconstructive surgeries on his knee, still able to make moves like that.
Just under 2 remaining in the fourth. Rice on the quick release. And rebounded by McLeod. Big sequence for the Suns, down by 4. Minute 45 to go in the fourth. Gugliotta backing Rodman. Here's Kidd. Shot clock at 6. Nothing happening. Kidd has to shoot. Blocked by Bryant.
Now, the Lakers took a quick shot last time down. This is the time that they have to utilize the clock, slow the game down, and really get it in the Shaq and move the ball around, get some other people involved in this game.
Kobe Bryant with another rejection. Here's Bryant spinning his way, and tipped and missed by Rodman. Coming up on 1 minute left in the fourth. Robinson. And a foul.
Right now, the Lakers are their own worst enemy. There are better things out on the floor than the one-on-one basketball that the Lakers have been playing the last few times down the court. Kobe has a tendency to go by himself sometime, and of course, we marvel at his ability to get it done. But that, when you're looking at the time on the clock and up by 4 points, you run more clock down. You try to get an easier shot.
Foul committed by Rice, his 4th. And Robinson, a 67% free throw shooter, is 7 of 7 at the line tonight. Continues a perfection to bring the Suns within 2, and the Lakers want to talk it over. 1 minute remaining in the fourth. When we resume following the timeout, it will be Laker ball. They're up 87-85. Both clubs talking it over. Lakers have a 2-point lead on the Suns. 1 minute remaining in the fourth. A look at the timeout scenario. Lakers with 2 full and the 20. Same for the Suns. When we pick it up in just a moment, it will be Laker ball. What do you look for Los Angeles to try to do?
Well, I still think the Lakers have to play through Shaq. A lot of good things happen when they get it to him down low. It doesn't mean he has to shoot it, but I think they get movement and they get their spot-up shooters in the right spot. The problem is that the Lakers have 3 go-to guys, and at any time, any of those guys can go one-on-one. Obviously, if they make the shot, it's great, but what happens is they have poor balance for the offensive rebounding, and teams run out on them.
And you know the Suns will not mind giving up the foul on Shaq and put him at the line. He has cooled off after a good start. Bryant played tightly by McLeod. Here's Bryant, and the foul is called. They went away from the ball. Harper and Manning got involved.
Now that was a setup play. Obviously, you saw the 3 guys on the weak side of the basketball court with Bryant going one-on-one. He's been doing it and carrying the Lakers in many opportunities to the bucket. Right there, what I like about it is the fact that he drew the contact. Wasn't necessarily a great shot, but of course, making contact, getting to the line gives you something.
Manning on the foul is 4th. And Kobe Bryant now 3 for 3 at the line. He's an excellent foul shooter, 85% for the season. And now Kurt Rambis pulls out Shaquille O'Neal. Robert Horry checks in with 48 seconds remaining. So it will be a offensive-defensive shuffle here as Kobe Bryant gets set to shoot the second. Lakers up now by 4.
Remember that Shaq wasn't on the floor the other night against Sacramento in a game that they lost toward the end of the ball game.
Kidd setting it up for Gugliotta. Tough angle shot and a foul. Late whistle. Gugliotta was actually hit after the release. So the foul on Bryant. Kobe came on very strong in the second half. 14 of his 18 in the second half. And Gugliotta to the free throw line. He's 2 of 2 at the line. Has not shot well. 3 for 12 for the game, but a good free throw shooter at 79%. Sonics and Blazers coming up following the Lakers and the Suns right here on TNT.
Well, one of the reasons Kurt Rambis went without Shaq in that last play is because the Suns are going small. Now Shaq is in position to go the offense, defense that you see so many coaches go to toward the end of games.
The Laker lead is 3. 37 seconds to go. It's down to 2. And some pressure by Phoenix. Now the Suns drop back. 30 seconds left. Here's Bryant. Kobe Bryant that time forced the issue. Last touch by the Suns.
I like Kobe taking it because he's that kind of guy. That's what you love and sometimes what you don't like about Kobe's game. But the fact that he's willing to take those shots is big. I would just like to see it come off a little more ball movement.
Well, 10 on the shot clock. Bryant goes to his left. Rodman trying to keep it alive. And the Suns with an opportunity to tie. Here goes Kidd putting moves on Harper. Tied the game with a sensational drive. Tied at 89 and the foul.
That was something.
Standing ovation for Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd, you know he's not going to stop it. He gets ahead of steam. He'll never relinquish that basketball, and he makes the Lakers and Harper pay for it big time. And also great hustle by Danny Manning to throw that ball out on the open break.
11 and 3/10 seconds remaining in the fourth. The game tied at 89. Kidd is 2 of 4 from the line. Look at that stat line. Three-point play for Kidd. And the Suns down by as many as 14. Now lead by 1. Timeout called by the Lakers. Welcome back to Phoenix, Arizona, where the Suns, in the midst of a 9-2 run, the last minute and 58, have taken a 1-point lead.
And this is great defense by the Suns. And then watch Danny Manning fight and out-hustle Dennis Rodman and just lay the ball out there for Jason Kidd. And Jason knows what to do when he gets it jiggy with it.
Both teams over the foul limit. Shaquille O'Neal sitting down because Kurt Rambis doesn't want him to go to the foul line. And again, that's a major factor when you think ahead to the playoffs.
It is a major factor. It's something that they'll continuously have to deal with. But hey, it's not a perfect scenario, but I'd rather have the big fella out there.
You know, you think back as another timeout is called. Danny Ainge calling it 21 to take a look at what the Lakers were about to unfold. But hey, would you sit Wilt Chamberlain down in the final seconds? Would you sit Bill Russell down, both not noted for their free throw shooting?
I wouldn't, because there's offensive rebounds, and the fact is that Shaq gets the ball. Sometimes he scores before the foul comes and gets a three-point play. But this is also another situation why the Lakers have Glenn Rice on the team now. Before, they had no luxury of being able to take Shaq out, because then they only have one offensive guy on the floor in Kobe Bryant. Now, with Shaq out of the game, they have 2 guys on the floor that they could go to for any time big shot.
How do you think Shaq is handling this? What do you think he's thinking?
Well, knowing Shaq, he wants to be out there. But this is also a little bit of a different trend for the Lakers, although they did one of our last TNT telecasts against Sacramento when they lost, had Shaq out of the ball game.
The Suns 90, Lakers 89, 11 and 3/10 seconds. Remaining delay of game taken by McLeod, so Danny Ainge and the coaching staff get another look as Robert Horry gets set to throw in. Bryant, Harper, Rodman, Rice, Horry on the floor. Rice Putting moves on Manning for the pull-up. Yes! Lakers by 1. 91-90. Timeout called by Phoenix with 7 and 1/10 second remaining. Well, as you said, Reggie, they have a fellow by the name of Glenn Rice. He's had the hot hand. He now has 23. We'll be right back. Down to 7 and 1/10 second left. In this fourth quarter, the Lakers recapturing the lead. They're up by 191-90. Glenn Rice now 10 of 16 from the field off this clutch field goal.
And Glenn Rice was the second option on this play, Kobe being the first one. And as you see him pick up the ball, it's the hard drive and the stop and pop. And anybody will tell you, I'd rather coach shooters because in the end of the game, they can do those things for it. The Lakers didn't have that kind of luxury before Glenn Rice got on this team.
Remember, following the Suns and the Lakers will present the second half of our TNT doubleheader. Seattle at Portland. The Blazers 24-6, best record in the NBA. Mike Bryant takes the delay of game, allowing the Laker coaching staff to check out the Suns.
So the one thing that you know, with the way the Suns have been shooting the ball tonight, what you want is to make sure they have to shoot a perimeter shot. Don't let him drive to the bucket. You got to face guard Jason Kidd.
Down to 3, down to 2. McLeod forcing. Not the shot that they had in mind, obviously. And the Los Angeles Lakers have defeated the Phoenix Suns by the score of 91-90 to make it 3 straight wins for Kurt Rambis and the Lakers, and a record of 22-11, while the Suns drop 2 under 500. They're now 15-17 as they lose in this, the final game of the 4-game homestand. Let's go over to Cheryl.